And we're back. Welcome back, everybody. So cool, cool, cool. I basically am. I basically am trying to just take my time. I always hear my mom saying that. Miss you, mommy. Take your time, and I love it because basically she was right. But aren't they always? Aren't they always? So, yeah, special mom, special time, special people. So, guys, anyway, today I wanted to tell you guys about Lyon France. And I feel so good when I say it like that, so don't bother me. But I just want to welcome you, fellow adventurers. But this is such an exciting episode for me and on Dina Marie Live because, as you know, I'm your host. But today, because we're talking about we're going to take like a little virtual trip to this beautiful, enchanting city of Lyon, France. So I want you just to listen, but try to discover the culture in it. It's so rich. They have delectable cuisine, especially like I found out that they like potatoes and cheese. So, for those of you that like that, or foods that are like soupy and frothy, not sure, but we'll get into that a little bit more as well. But anyway, you know, they, are known to have delectable cuisine, but they also have a lot of beautiful, you might as well say like have like you could do a multi visit because they have so many different attractions in Lyon, but it's a true gem in the heart of Europe. So that's why I wanted to pick it because I got a writer and her name was Sonia, but everything she said was like zoo 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 zoo, and I loved it because it was like her French accent was just beautiful. And she had a very olivey complexion. Like she was like in the United States, she might look like a young lady who had a mother who had lighter skin or maybe white or European, and her father who had darker skin, maybe black, African American, African descent. So she looked kind of mixed. And she did tell me that ultimately that she's from um, Algeria. So, so, or Algiers. Oh God. So one of the two, but she wasn't from like she wasn't a native of France, but she lived in a small area called Lyon. So as we were talking, I was like, wow. I was like, so what's it like there? And she, to her, it's home. So to her, she may not have felt like she thought it was, she thinks it's a lovely place and very exciting to see. But she was, after all, here in LA. So she came to LA because she works as a flight attendant. It's really pretty cool that she got to see here because I think she said this was her first time in the United States. I think because um, she these were layovers, and so now before she came to LA, they were in DC or Washington State. Hmm. DC, I think it was DC. Anyway, but again, the line of this way, their culture is such a beautiful culture. Um, if you can picture it with me, the streets are cobblestone line, so they're really really pretty, and I love these kind of streets because I like the way the horse sounds when he gallops on it, or the way the wheels sound when they roll over it. So you should look it up. But I'm sure you can find an example of the Renaissance times with cobblestone streets, beautiful, and they have Renaissance buildings and um, rivers that kind of, meander through their valleys. But their atmosphere is also being is known as being very vibrant. You know, that is essentially the essence of their French culture. So, really, Lyon has been known for in the past for like significant historical culinary excellence. So the food that they make and the, destination type of couple trip or what have you, because it's very romantical but very just cultured and hearty. So it's something you would want to spend with someone that appreciates it as well. But anyway, with that being said, in Lyon, it's often referred to as the capital of um, gastronomy, and they say that that's for a good reason because it has like dishes that are mouthwatering and very tasteful to your taste buds. So, um, gastronomy would be very apropos to name it that because um, it is known for such mouth-watering treats. And a lot of you, if you're not familiar with what gastronomy is, it's the practice or the art of choosing, cooking, and eating good food. Gastronomy.
Gastronomy.
Yep, that's how you
Gastronomy.
say it. There you go. So with that being said, they've been labeled this by so many because they do offer such awesome dishes. And I wanted to tell you about some of those. But before I do that, it's also Lyon is very unique because in their dining scene, it's very traditional and traditional bouchons. Bouchons is a French word, obviously. And what bouchons means is, I guess, like I say bougie for myself now. But what the French use the word bouchon for, or what bouchon is known for or named as in Lyon, is it's the culinary tradition. It's a certain way that they prepare their food. Um, but they have so many recommendations. The food looks divine. Yes, because they have Bouchon restaurants in Lyon, and in these restaurants they serve things like dishes that have, of course, like I said earlier, lots of cheese. So they like cheese. I don't know if there's a specific cheese, but like this particular dish that I'm looking at, it looks like a soup, and it looks like it was like a broth, like how we do macaroni and cheese and it burns a little bit on the top. That's how this looks. And it's bouchons. It's a hearty homemade dish. And they only use fresh ingredients. So it's all very, very fresh. Um, you're not looking, to grab nothing out of a can. But the bouchons, the not lace, les bouchons, Lyonnais, created like this tradition that's been around since the 16th or 17th century. But it is a very familiar tradition of wonderful food served by the bouchons. You know, they don't really fuss over their food, but it stems from a style that's been handed down by the Les Marie, Lebanese, Le Mesure, Lionesses. So I was close. Anyway, it was a group of women, and they were chefs, and they opened up their own restaurant back in the 18th century, and it's been going on since then. But it helped build up the gastronomic area of Lyon's reputation. And then in the 19th century, Eugene Brazier, known as La Mire Brazier, and France's first woman to get any of the Michelin stars. And those are the stars they, talk about their talents and their culinary skills. But they help them to stand out incredibly because it's a high award. But anyway, with that being said, the food is supposed to be impeccable. And my rider that was in my Uber, her name was Sonia. Sonia told me that I said, well, what's something that y'all eat there? And I'm gonna tell you about it anyway, in a minute. But when I was looking at some of their dishes, and if you just look them up, you can Google them. That everything is filled with, like sometimes they have, um, you can have a glass of cur with your food, which is a fruit liqueur, and it's mixed with white wine. So kind of like almost like a sam a sam. Mm, Gosh, why can't I think of it? Sumatra? No, not Sumatra. The red wine mixed with fruit. I can't think of it. It'll come to me. The woes of aging, darling. Anyway, but there were so many great female cooks, and they bring out mainly female cooks because these, were what did the cooking back in those centuries. But now I'm sure we have a lot of male cooks. But you begin your meal with a light. Um, I'm gonna say it the way I can say it. Aperitif, which is a glass of curd, like I said, fruit liqueur mixed with white wine, and a few gratons, salt pork scrapings, which for us those are pork rinds, or thin slices of rosette, a delicious dry pork sausage. So anyway, yeah, it's a very different vibe. They're very classic foodies and foie gras, trying something unique as a starter, like a salad, lemonade. That's a salad with croutons, bacon, and a poached egg. Or a Savoy, cooked sausage open with pistachios. But could move into like a main dish where it's very delicious poultry or beef. Um, but most of the dishes are found in Bouillon Bouillon are heavy pork focused. So I would like that because I like pork and I like beef. But they're basically um, have like a offal is a star, especially an andouille, which is a sausage made um, with pork chitlins, um, tripe, fried breaded tripe. So it gets a little more eccentric, and I think that's the tongue. I'm not sure. Head, snout, kidney, liver. So some of you who would like to get into those types of, really tasty treats, might find those interesting. But I would definitely pick and choose mine based on potatoes and the cheese and more of the vegetables and the fruit. So anyway, but oh my gosh, Lyon, another place I've got to put on my passport as a stamp, honey, because yes, I love, love, love to be somewhere exciting and new. Come aboard, we're expecting you. The Love Boat used to be a good show. Y'all know what you're missing till you miss it. Anyway, so that was our show today, you guys. I am going to bow out a little early, but y'all have got to go to Lyon, France. And I'm going to get everything posted, including with my hashtags and stuff. But I just wanted to let y'all know y'all are awesome. I appreciate you coming and showing up with me, for me, because you want to learn more about me, because you like the show, because you're learning to like me, because you haven't caught on yet. I don't know. I hope you will join me every week. And it gets better and better and liver and liver. But I am me. I'm sorry. I'm just real. But I appreciate you stopping by and thank you so much for sharing. And please keep in mind, whatever your niche is, please hit me up on my website, Dina Marie Live, all one word, DeanaMarieLive.com. Go to the bottom and hit the square that says bring your own topic and let me know you want to be on the show too so we can talk. That'd be great. Appreciate you guys. Love ya. See you next week. Bye bye.